Come ride the little train that is rolling down the tracks to the junction. Forget about your cares, it is time to relax at the junction. Lots of curves, you bet, and even more when you get to the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
There's a little hotel called the Shady Rest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
It is run by Kate. Come and be her guest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
And that's Uncle Joe. He's a moving kind of slow at the junction. Petticoat Junction.
Questions to ask.
Yes, dear, one.
May I move to another room, like at the end of the hall?
Well, as I look at our reservation chart, you could move to practically any room in the hotel.
It is kind of slow, isn't it?
Our business couldn't be slower if we had a quarantine sign on the front door. Now, what was your second question?
That was answered by my first question. I wanted to buy a sweater outfit I saw in Pixley.
Oh, well, that's going to have to slide for a while. Until things pick up, and then it'll be first on the list.
Thanks, Mom. Aren't there any guests coming?
Mm-hmm. Mr. and Mrs. Gibney next week. They said they'd confirm the reservations.
Well, it'll get better.
I hope so. This red ink in the ledger's clashing with my nail polish.
I'll go down and get the mail.
Thank you.
Uncle Joe, they're beauties.
Yeah, they're sure biting this morning.
What did you use for bait?
Oh, angleworms, night crawlers, grub worms. It's one of them mornings when they bite on most anything. He hung his tail over the stern of the boat, and a 12-inch crab jumped up and took a nip at him.
Did that really happen?
Well, maybe it was only 6 inches.
I'll go get the mail. Oh, I was just coming to get the mail. Anything interesting? Oh, nothing much. Advertising and a postcard from the Gibneys saying they're canceling out their reservation. Oh, no. That's all Mom needs to hear. The hotel business sure has been punk lately. Yeah, and it's getting Mom down. I can tell.
Girls, I'm going to let you in on something. I've noticed, too, how bad business has been. And when I woke up this morning, I was all set to go look for a job, and he crossed me up.
Him?
While I was trying to decide what suit to wear, he came into my room carrying my fishing creel in his mouth.
You did that.
I told him I had to go look for a job, but he just sat there with the creel in his mouth, looking at me with them big soulful eyes and a whimpering.
So what'd you do?
What could I do? Not one to have a dog with a broken heart on my conscience. I took him fishing. That's where I got this great idea for increasing business at the Shady Rest.
We can sure use something.
Yeah, you know, this is so terrific. I was going to contact Conrad Hilton. Then I got to thinking, if it's good enough for him, why don't we put it into effect?
Well, let's hear it.
Well, like all other great ideas, I don't think you ought to talk about them and put a jinx on them. But I'm going to get on this right away.
Well, the sooner the better.
No, you don't. You don't get me to take you duck hunting. Notice how you have to watch this guy every minute? You give him a little encouragement, and he'll lead you astray every time. Hi, Joel. Sam, I ain't going to waste any time. I'm coming right to the point. Who's the best fisherman in the valley?
Well, I am.
You are?
Well, if you can come right to the point, I can, too.
Who caught the biggest fish in Lost Lake last year?
I did.
I must be phrasing my questions wrong. How big was the biggest fish you caught out of Lost Lake?
I caught a 6-pounder.
Yeah, well, I caught an 8-pounder.
Joe, your 8-pounder was a bicycle fender.
Yeah, but I had her hooked, but she didn't get loose. Who caught the biggest fish the year before last?
Well, let me see. I believe you did.
Correct. And that brings me right to my point. As long as I can remember, either you or me caught the biggest fish out of Lost Lake.
I'll go along with you there.
Now, since we both agree on that, I would now like to present to you my proposition. Sam, with that thing going, you won't be able to hear my proposition.
What's that?
I said with that thing going, you won't be able to hear my proposition.
Exactly.
You listen to me. The Shady Rest Hotel, in conjunction with the Sam Drucker store, is going to sponsor this fishing derby on Lost Lake.
Hey, that doesn't sound like a bad idea.
And the Sam Drucker store is putting out the prizes.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Now, don't get all shook, Sam. You're going to put up the prizes, but you don't have to pay for them.
I'm going to put up the prizes, but I don't have to... Joe, were you out fishing this morning?
Yeah, I caught 5 beauties.
Were you sitting out in the middle of the lake in a boat for a couple hours with a hot sun on your head? Continue.
First prize in this contest for catching the biggest fish fish out of Lost Lake is going to be an outboard motor, a rowboat, and a rod and a reel.
Joe, I can't afford to give anything like that away.
That's where the genius of my idea comes in. You don't give them away. You order them from mail order houses, and you got 30 days to pay for them, right?
Yeah?
Okay, so we put on the contest. You or me catches the biggest fish. We win the prize. Before the 30 days are up, we send them back, and nobody's out a dime. In the meantime, the shady rest is filled up with guests, and you're selling groceries like mad.
Joe, that's a good idea.
Thanks, Sam.
Only one thing wrong with it.
What's that?
You thought of it.
You can't turn down a great idea like that.
Oh, hi, Kate.
Hi, Sam. Uncle Joe, I didn't know you were here.
Oh, I was just passing the time of day.
Uh-huh. Sam, I'm going to need some flour.
I got a good buy on a 100-pound sack.
Oh, no, Sam. 25 pounds will be enough.
Oh, sure, Kate.
Yes, and tomato juice.
Your usual brand?
Uh-huh.
1 case of tomato juice.
No, Sam, just 6 cans.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I have a few more things on the list. Would you mind filling it out and giving it to Uncle Joe? I have a few more errands to do in town.
Fine, Kate. I'll take care of it.
Thanks, Sam.
So long, Kate.
Sure cutting down on her order. Things a little quieter on the shady rest.
Quiet. You can hear the termites having their midnight snack. That's why I came to you with this fishing derby idea.
Well, why didn't you say so, Joe? That puts a whole different light on it. For Kate Bradley, I'll do it.
Attaboy, Sam.
When it comes to helping Kate, I'd raffle off the store.
Hey, that's a great idea. I'll get the tickets for you.
Now, Joe, forget the raffle. I was just talking through my hat.
Okay, I'll forget the raffle. But when it comes to this other idea, I don't want you talking through your fishing derby.
Bobby, Joe? Shelby sent them to their rooms.
Right this way.
Okay, how'd it go?
Fine. I just checked in 2 more guests.
You ain't seen nothing yet. I just put a call in clear up to Springfield to Rod Granger. He writes that fishing column for the Riverside Chronicle.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of him.
I told him about our fishing derby. We'd like to get him to write us up in his column and put in a plug in his radio show for us. One word from old Rod, we'll have more fishermen down here than we got fish.
Well, we don't want to be too greedy, Uncle Joe. I am pleased about the way business has picked up. But there's one thing that bothers me.
What's that?
How can Sam Drucker afford to give away those expensive prizes?
Well, Kate, in the business world, there's such a thing as promotional merchandising. And to make that work, the fiscal collateral in the accrued inventory has to balance up against the annual fiduciary. Understand?
Yeah, we're in trouble. Uncle Joe? Yes, sir.
No competition. Ought to handicap myself fish without a hook.
5 pounds, 4 ounces.
Well, those are a couple of real nice fish. Yeah, but try this one on your scales. And then warm up that outboard.
That's a beauty. 6 pounds, 6 ounces. That's the biggest one so far. Your name?
R. Grant.
Hey, that's quite a fish you got there.
It's a dandy, isn't it?
Yeah, you can be mighty proud of that one.
Yes, sir.
But, take a reading on this one.
That looks bigger than the other one.
It better be.
7 pounds, 3 ounces. Yours is the winner so far, Uncle Joe.
Well, when you got it, you got it.
Yeah.
Like taking candy away from a baby. Don't tell me you guys are wasting your time on this fishing contest.
Bobby Joe, will you weigh this fish for me?
Oh, no, Charlie. I can catch bigger fish than that throwing off the back of the cannonball.
What about this one, Bobby Joe?
I guess you guys don't understand the contest. It's for catching the biggest fish, not the smallest.
Oh, is that the way it works?
Why, how come you bring a little bitty minnow like that home?
Why did I bring this home? Because this is the bait that caught this.
Oh, my gosh.
See how much it weighs.
7 pounds, 7 ounces. That's 4 more ounces than yours, Uncle Joe.
Don't feel bad, Joe. I'll take you for a ride in my outboard motorboat.
Ah, shut up. Let's have another weighing on that fish. That's what I thought.
It's 2 more ounces. 7 pounds, 9 ounces.
Who's that, Joe? Hey, you see me about, Joe?
Sit right there in that chair. Floyd, have you read the rules to this contest?
I didn't even know you had any.
I thought not. Well, Rule 4, Section C, says that no friend of the sponsors can be a winner.
What?
The rules generally read that the sponsor can't win.
Well, that's where this contest is different.
Boy, how it's different.
If you got any beefs, take it up with the chairman of the contest.
Who's that?
Me. If you don't like what the chairman says, take it up with the fellow that's judging the contest.
I might just knew that. Who's the fellow that's judging the contest?
Me.
I didn't know better. I'd think this contest was rigged.
I know better, and it is.
What a cheater. I bet you're Dick if you're playing hide and go seek.
Boys, what's going on here?
Well, I caught the biggest fish, and he tells me I'm not eligible for the prizes.
Well, in the first place, the contest isn't over yet.
Yeah, but Floyd's fish will hold up, Kate.
And because I'm a friend of the sponsors, he says I'm not eligible.
Well, that's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard.
Joe! Hey, Joe! Look, Joe, I did it. An 8-pounder. Biggest one so far.
Good work, Sam. Floyd, you had a point there about excluding friends. I now declare you re-eligible.
Boys, I'd like to have a talk with you. I get a feeling that somewhere in this contest there's a hidden hook, and I don't think it's on the end of a fishing line. And if I had known how you got those prizes, I would never have agreed to this contest. Frankly, Sam Drucker, I'm surprised that you operate in that way.
Well, Kate, the only thing on my mind was trying to do something that would help get the Shady Rest some business.
Well, I appreciate that, but we don't need business that bad. Now, we're going to pay for those prizes if I have to put the Shady Rest in hock. Correction. More hock. Joe, you wanted at the desk.
Mr. Carson?
Yes, sir.
I'm Rod Granger with the Riverside Chronicle. You called the other day about the fishing derby.
Yeah, glad to meet you. Well, this is Mrs. Bradley, the owner of the Shady Rest. Mr. Drucker, they're co-sponsors of the contest.
We do.
Your fishing derby sounded real fine on the phone, but I thought I ought to come up and check it out. No offense, but these local contests aren't always what they're cracked up to be. You know, the grand prizes they're supposed to have, and then the winners go to collect, and they just aren't there. You know what I mean.
Yes, we know what you mean.
I'm glad to see you've got a legitimate contest. While I was waiting for the cannonball, I saw all those fabulous prizes in front of Drucker's store. Frankly, I don't know how you can afford it.
Frankly, that makes 4 of us.
While I was up here, I thought I'd enter the contest myself.
Well, you do a little fishing too, huh?
A little?
Yeah, I was wondering. I didn't see your pull.
Oh, I've got it right here in the case.
Oh, say, that's a beauty.
One of the prizes I got for catching the largest trout in Montana.
You caught the largest trout in Montana?
Of course, it wasn't quite the thrill of catching the largest bass in Colorado or the largest muskie in Minnesota. Those contests, I got a new car and house trailer.
Yeah. I guess when it comes to little prizes like outboard motors or a skiff, you don't even bother to pick them up, even if you do get lucky and win.
I think I would.
You would?
Well, I haven't practiced my casting in a couple of days. I think I'll go out and try it.
Uncle Joe, why don't you get his address and ship him the prizes? It'll save a lot of time.
You still got to catch the biggest fish. And blocking him's the 2 of us, eh, Sam?
Yeah, but right now I don't feel like much of a bottleneck.
Head back, Sam, so you don't get snagged.
Of course, the proper way to practice is to have a target to aim at.
Why don't you aim at that rosebud on that bush right there?
All right, I'll give it a try. Not too good, but about a quarter of an inch off center. Hey, let's see if we can get that mosquito in midair.
Let's go dig some worms. I'll be in for breakfast in a minute, Kate. Well, you girls are on the job early.
It's fishing derby. We're going to be busy.
You seen that Granger fella around?
He's already left for the lake. He got up quite early.
Well, if he wants to waste his time, that's his business. I checked Doc Benjamin's almanac. According to the moon, the fish won't be biting this afternoon.
Is Doc Benjamin usually right?
Oh, he never misses. He's the one that got me to bury the penny in the cantaloupe rind to cure my gout. Oh, hi, Sam. You down here again? I thought you had a store to run.
I do have a store to run. That is until this fishing derby's over.
Oh, Sam, relax.
I got Eb running a store for me on a cost-plus basis.
Cost plus basis?
Yeah, 50 cents an hour cost, plus all the soda pop he can drink and all the cookies he can eat. The only chance I have of staying solvent is if he gets sick.
Come on, everybody. Breakfast ready. Oh, Sam, that includes you too.
Well, thank you, Kate.
Oh, you're back so soon? What did you do, lose your tackle? That's a tough lake to fish with all that underwater snags and stuff.
Well, I thought I'd call it quits for today.
That's one of the disadvantages you have around here when you're a stranger.
Yeah, this is the only one I was able to hook.
Fish, let me weigh it for you.
You'll never beat your 8-pounder, Sam.
9 pounds, 3 ounces. Golly. Congratulations, Mr. Granger.
Thank you. Here's where you can send the prizes. I've really enjoyed this visit, and I certainly appreciate the wonderful treatment I've received. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put an item in my column about the Shady Rest and Drucker's store.
Thank you. And when you do, put a black border around it.
What do you want to see us about, Mom?
Now, listen carefully. I want all of you to drop whatever you're doing and go fishing at Lost Lake.
But, Mom, Steve has a crop dusting job.
That's all right. I can take some time out. I know how important this is.
I wonder if you could crop dust one of those big trout when they jump. No, I guess that isn't in the rules.
I got some pretty good luck at Lost Lake, Mrs. Bradley. I'll give it my best try.
Yeah, Mom, we'll give it our best try.
Fishing, that is. Well, really, no. There's a time for smooching, there's a time for fishing. And believe me, this is the time for fishing. Now, get going. Come on, let's go.
Be right with you.
Okay.
Well, I never seen it so dull out here. Worse than when we were fishing offshore.
Yeah, if this keeps up, I'm going to cancel my subscription to Doc Benjamin's almanac.
You know, the only way we can win this contest is to catch old Mike, and we've been after him for 12 years without any luck.
This is where he hangs out, right around here. Oh, I think I got him. Yeah, that's a big one, all right.
Take it easy, Joe. Reel it. Go.
He's coming. Come on. Don't touch it. Slow. He's coming up. He's coming to the surface. I got him. There he is.
Congratulations, Joe. You got the weight of the bicycle fender you caught last year.
Nice fish, gentlemen, but they're not big enough to beat out Mr. Granger. I'm sorry.
Well, it was a lot of fun anyway. Thank you. Yeah, that's a couple more for the icebox.
Mom, we didn't even get a bite.
You mean you got skunked?
Well, not exactly. Here, boy.
Oh, no.
Caught him in the shallow water.
You win first prize in the dog category.
Well, the time has come.
You mean you're going to quit?
We quit just because the fishing's a little slow? No, I mean the time has come to employ my secret weapon. I never told anybody, Joe. See this little lure here? This little doozy has got me my biggest fish year after year, and I figured I waited long enough.
We got to make our move. It's about an hour before sundown, the end of the contest.
Yeah, well, don't worry. This will do it. First, I got to put on some stronger leader.
While you're messing around, I'm going to show you how to snag old Mike. And this is a cast that's going to do it.
Yeah, well, be careful, Joe.
You know, Sam, to be frank with you, I never did think you looked too good in that hat anyway.
That's it.
Best I could do, Mrs. Bradley, but I'm afraid it's not good enough.
Oh, I'm afraid not.
And we fished every minute, Mom.
Oh, I believe you, dear. I believe you.
That was just for good luck.
Well, how about putting those in the icebox, huh?
Okay.
Thank you. Sam, any luck? Oh, there's no need to answer. Where's Uncle Joe?
He's coming.
He's our only hope.
What happened to you?
You wouldn't believe it, Kate.
Oh, I'll believe it.
I had him. I had old Mike on the line. He would have won the prize Kate. I guess I got us in trouble again by opening my big yak.
That's all right, Uncle Joe.
No, it ain't all right. I was so sure Sam or me could win. But I'll make it up to you. Give me a hand, will you, Sam?
Okay.
It may take years, Kate, but I'll pay for them prizes somehow. Brace yourself, Joe. I'll pick apples. I'll build fences.
Hey, what's this? Gold mine! Which way?
10 pounds, 1 ounce. Winner! Oh, Uncle Joe, that's wonderful.
You know, it sure amazes me
What amazes you?
how sometimes you folks have such little faith in your old Uncle Joe. Don't you try to hog the spotlight. I got you beat by 9 pounds.
The best TV westerns are right here in TV Land, and you can see them all in one place every Sunday. It's TV Land Goes West, a 4-hour block of vintage western dramas and comedies. Watch TV Land Goes West this Sunday, starting at 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, right here. Now stay tuned for Green Acres, next on Nick at Night's TV Land.